My name is Waffles, and I'm a political commentator. I just want to point something out. Uh, there are multiple things that have been done recently that certainly appear to me to have a direct and negative impact on the safety of the nation. In regards to Donald Trump's behavior and his actions, one of them would be removing several employees from the Nuclear Regulatory Administration. So if you're not familiar with why that's a problem, those people are in charge of systems that detect for incoming nuclear threats. And my understanding is that he's also laying off people from the National Oceanic Administration, NOAA, who, tell us when there's bad weather and it could be harmful, things like hurricanes. There's been a lot of speculation about whether or not Trump is kissing the ring of Vladimir Putin. So if NOAA is down and our nuclear systems are not operated properly, then would it be wise to be watching the oceans for external threat? So there's that concern. And then starting crap with Zelensky today, which I gotta say, what I saw on camera is absolutely childish. The fact that they all went in there dressed the same, wearing suits, telling Zelensky, "Where's your suit?" Childish. Absolutely childish. Zelensky has been dealing with the fact that the citizens of his nation have been attacked violently and people have been losing their lives. So I think that the situation deserves a little bit more respect than the kind of behavior that would come out of 14-year-old children in high school. I think that as American citizens, we have plenty of reason to be concerned about the behavior of our president and his administration. And I will say that I personally feel like these things that are apparently having a negative impact on national security and putting the nation in danger by doing things like firing people from the Nuclear Regulatory Agency and NOAA without any foresight. I don't think that such things get done simply by accident. This is the President of the United States. He has an entire team of people, and I wholeheartedly believe that doing things like what we have witnessed are being done on purpose. And if the systems that keep the nation secure, including food security, you're going to put tariffs on everything and make it so we can't afford to eat. You're going to make it so we can't afford to live. You're going to make it so that Canada's threatening to shut off our electricity. You're going to piss off all of our foreign allies so that people then are more likely to engage in an attack against the United States. Strip us of our resources with these freaking tariffs. Shut off the programs that are trying to assist the public in a time of crisis, because nothing has really been done to address the economy getting destroyed and everybody getting pumped into backlog as a result of the pandemic. It certainly actually looks to me like these same people who are orchestrating all of this crap that we're seeing right now took advantage of the American government to move in while the political system was weak. And it certainly appears to me that this administration is on a crime spree and has been for the last 4 years. But the fact that we're willing to just hand the country over to somebody who apparently may have things that need to be considered as far as relationships with Russia goes, the fact that we're willing that our previous president would just hand the country over when we have an entire intelligence agency that ought to know these things, first of all. And second of all, that we're allowing this person to do a lot of things to put the safety and security of this nation and its citizens are at such risk, and do little to nothing to stop them from continuing to do what appears to be deliberately harm the United States. I am just very confused why this is being allowed to happen. So, that's what I have to say. That's what I feel like I'm witnessing. It certainly appears to me based on what I'm seeing, that things are being done that put the nation's security and safety at risk. And it appears to me that in consideration of the fact that these are supposed to be the leaders of the nation and they have entire teams that ought to be capable of doing something so simple as searching Google for reasonable and meaningful solutions, are literally doing the opposite of what would be considered good practice in these situations. And so for that reason, I believe they are trying to do deliberate harm to America as a nation and its people. And I don't think that they should be allowed to do so, and I'm just wondering why the hell. You know what we should do is maybe consider doing some recall elections on these congressmen. People need to be organizing. If you life like this way, then continue to stick your head in the sand. If you don't want life to be an absolute mess with some ridiculous clowns running around on the global stage putting all of us in danger, consider doing something. Like talking to people and educating people, and maybe some people can start figuring out how they're going to do recall elections to remove these Congress members who have been orchestrating a lot of this, so that we can try to secure the nation. That would be a good idea. Less talking, more doing, finding solutions. People need to be focused on solutions. That's great that we're all in shock and awe, but it doesn't fix the problem, and it doesn't make anything get better. So I just want to point that out, and I am expressing my concerns as a journalist, as an American citizen, using my right to freedom of the press, using my right to freedom of speech, and this is what I have to say today.